Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, where we left last time we had just finished our talk with Queen Galfrey and Anivia. There's a couple people we have to talk to in camp prior to leaving, but we are going to do that in short order. This group is a lot wealthier than our other group, which is nice because in the campaign screen they'll be able to hire a lot more things and do things more easily, but let's first talk to Leodor Hawkblade. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title, and thank you for your time in advance. I am Leodor Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Arenday. Are you one of Prelate Halrun's followers? Leodor's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. What is your opinion on his atrocities? Leodor is silent for a while. Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Halrun's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. The Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees in every shadow, yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendev. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose you have already heard about Count Arenday's story. I refer to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev. Mendev before the World Wound, and yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off. When we got into the estate, how were they defeated? How did the demons kill even the paladins present at the estate who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the holy warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You're the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near to the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He's unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know that it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Tell me... Actually, you've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I paid dearly for that. Leodor makes a vague gesture, pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about the people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? The estate is abandoned and sealed with powerful containment enchantments that only the Count himself can lift. This is not the main reason, however. The main reason is that Count Arenday is not officially under the investigation by the Inquisition, so I couldn't just break into his house even if I found a way to bypass the spells. This is a serious matter, Leota frowns, a matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Iomedae, and my organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade, and are still dealing with their consequences. Your presence will give my investigation the necessary legitimacy, Commander, but there is more. In addition to getting official permission, I'd also like to bring an independent third-party investigator to the case. Someone independent but well-respected, and you fit this role perfectly. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and to mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Selena. That was all he would tell me. Leota pauses. We found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There was no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspected that Darren is hiding something, that he is to blame for the tragedy. I deliberately refused to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There's a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of all prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arendelle wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Hulrun himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and didn't sense anything awry with him. Alright, I'll help you. What do you need me to do? Leota bows his head with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see at Heaven's Edge. That's a correct sentence. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see Heaven's Edge. I'm going to go with that. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You'll have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. I will remain here for a while. Now I gotta go. We got our goal on that one. Next person to talk to, Soziel.
I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Canabris, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shaylin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
Soziel touches the edge of the canvas gently, as if patting a friend's shoulder in consolation. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I will never forget that I owe them my life. Every minute of it, every breath that I take, is a gift they gave me. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Okay, bye. Alrighty, so let's go talk to Darren and get permission. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Arenday estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Darren seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I'm obliged to seek your permission to leave for the festivities, and I want to invite you. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Alright, deal. Perfect, you'll have a ball, I'll make sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darren's smile. Alright, now it's going to be time to leave. There's two things I want to do really, really fast before we go, and then we'll get started on our journeys, our actual journeys. Really fast, gonna come up here and just slam some loot into my inventory, because I forgot to do that earlier. Maybe. And then we're gonna go outside and sell it. I should probably rest while I'm here too.
Let's move.
My other group, I forgot to rest and ended up having to rest at the cemetery, which is fine, but no big deal. Bulk selling, deal. We'll worry about the rest of it later. We're pretty inventory managed. What the hell is that? Oh. The mysterious elf said, "Damn it, you again, soldier," and ran away. That's Kaylessa. We'll deal with her later. Not ultra important at the moment. Alright, we're gonna drop off. Oh, and we need people. Who do we gonna drop off? Lan, I guess? Oh, we have all wisdom damage. Maybe we should rest really fast, actually. I forgot we were dealing with some wisdom damage in this group from the fight at the end there. Oh. Okay. This, I don't remember happening. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I am the Queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she's arrived at Camp Incognito as planned. You can find her where the minor knightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak with her. Tell Her Majesty I'll come at once. Certainly. I guess we're going to go deal with that really quickly. This is something that only this group will have to deal with, because our other group did not have the Queen in the actual army for obvious reasons. Queen. This is knightly orders. Hila, recruits. Curl, Jen, Eldori, Alan.
March on.
If I were the Queen... Oh, it's literally on the map. Fine. Oh, hang on. Whoa. There was a ding. Go back. What was the ding? Was it this? Well, that seems like it's going to be very heavy to carry, but we'll sell it before we go. Alright, let's go see the Queen. Stop. What did we miss here? Oh, cheese and eggs. Nothing very important. Queen Gelfrey is here. Queen Gelfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I've introduced myself as Katrain, an old friend of yours. I'm a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Nevia to sniff me out, the Queen chuckles. We'll come back and talk to her later.
Let us be off.
I want to get some actual questing done, and the Queen Incognito thing we'll deal with later. We may give her the Covenant of the Inheritor, because most of our weapons are becoming magic anyways. We don't really need the good slash... I didn't rest, did I? No, I did not. Got distracted by Queen Gelfrey. Damn, Queen's making me distracted. Alright, let's do this thing. We need to recruit some soldiers, because we need troops. And we're gonna let that go. Where's our armies? We'll just move up one army. There's our other army. Okay, good. Move them up, join them up, and then hire a general. Let's see who we can get here. That's not bad. If we can get the same general that our other group had... Actually, we need to buy some stuff anyways. Okay, first of all, go here. Don't show this tutorial. Please go away. We can buy tons of resources with this particular group, but we're not going to buy too many. Enough to get ourselves in general. We'll get a bunch of resources by killing enemies anyways. You... And... go with you. Where's our info thing? There it is. Assign general, recruit new general. Spellcraft Scorching Ray. Sold best general that we could buy. And we're going to move this army to go fight some things really quickly. Then we're going to go to the cemetery. And then we're probably going to rest, fight more things with this army, and then do the first battle of the cemetery, just like the other group. Spellcasting is extremely powerful in this game for these battles. It's just like Heroes of Might and Magic, where magic is just the best thing you can do. There's almost no real reason to go with Might and Magic, unless you're playing against the computer, and then it doesn't matter as much, but still, even then, magic is vastly more powerful. It's such a vital thing. There are a couple of really good Might heroes, I guess, in Might and Magic, but even then, I'd still almost always take a magic user if I could. Bermeraks, these guys, you can't use fire on for obvious reasons. They are fire demons. They're immune to fire, so... Oh, that's just a buzzkill. Just wait. The Bermerak will come to us. No, it won't. Now it has. Yeah, we'll use magic just to... Probably isn't going to help us too much, because I think this fight's going to be over long before... Oh, we're going to take a casualty or two, but we have actually a lot of infirmary size, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh, that's just annoying. Alright, one. Oh no, our archer took... Oh, he pulled out daggers. I'm not gonna lie, if there's 44 archers in the squad, you send a couple archers forward to take the hits, and then you shoot them with the other guys. That is Warhammer Total War style. If you have just an archer force, make sure you stagger them and only have the minimum amount of archers in melee as possible, while the other archers keep shooting. Anyways. Let's go deal with the bugs, I guess. Oh, we're out of movement? Perfect. Let's go back to the other squad. We're going to move straight to the cemetery, and we're going to rest, because we don't want to deal... Did I forget Soziel? Oh, what a day. Who's going to replace him with? Who am I going to replace with Soziel, I guess, is the better question. We have Sela. She's our Bardadin. I guess I could do Lan. Or Camellia. What is Camellia in this group? Spirit Hunter? Duo. Okay. It's been a while since I've checked these characters out. If she's just a Spirit Hunter, I'm going to swap her out. Class. Yeah, just the Shaman Spirit Hunter. Oh, that's right there too. Shaman Spirit Hunter 6. So I'll swap her out for Soziel. Done. She is an okay healer. She's being replaced anyways in our group because for reasons that we'll find out later. No, just rest. And we need some camouflage. Who's good? Oh god, we have no one that's good at camouflage. I guess Ember? Soziel, can you stand a watch? Yeah, apparently you're very good at it. Okay, sweet. Problem solved. Since we've rested, and it's kind of important that we make sure we keep our momentum going with our army, we can actually do a couple more battles. This battle is actually a little bit harder than some of the other ones. It's the hardest of the tier 1 ones. We might take some casualties depending on how these blasts go. We'll wipe that one out. We're going to take a couple hits for sure. Or at least we'll take one hit. This hit. Oh, we only lost 3 people. Never mind, we're fine. That's the end of the fight. So not too big of a deal. We replenished our 3 people, as is tradition. Oh, okay, I got you. I know how to do this, thank you. We did recruit some rangers. We're not going to be keeping them around. It's not that they're not good. Rangers are plenty good, there's only 7 of them, and 7 is not a whole lot of rangers. They have pretty good stats, but... Let's just blow up the archers. We shouldn't really need to use any more magic here, probably. We have a fairly high infirmary size that we can utilize. We should be able to shoot a bunch of them before they approach. Not as many as I would have liked, honestly, but here we are. Wait for him to approach. We waited so that we can get in here and get a hit off. We'll be fine. The Rangers had high morale, got to go twice. Nice. There's no symbol that happened, it just kind of just happens. That sucks. 5 archers down is not the best, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that. We could blast them with a Scorching Ray, but we're not going to waste any mana on that. This fight's over anyways, and we'll get all those people back nonetheless. Because Infirmary... We're almost up a level with our... our wizard. Actually, we are up a level with our wizard. So we can get a spell, and none of them are good. I mean, Fear is okay, Bless is okay, but we're never going to use it. Scorching Ray is basically the thing we're going to use 100% of the time. I guess I'll grab Bless. It's alright, I suppose. We still have 15 movements, but I think we're going to attack this. It's the first little encampment thing. We don't have to worry too much about it. It's not a big deal. We'll just blast the first shield guy on the list. And we'll shoot that one. Shoot that one. The rest of them will advance. It's got a lot of life. Cultist fighters. They're tougher. Tougher than the cultists themselves. Nope, don't go anywhere. Yeah, okay. That group died entirely to a man. Fighters are still not dead. They're pretty tough. There's only one left though, so let's just kill it. Oh, I didn't think we'd be in range in all honesty. We're not going to bother using any more magic here. This fight should be over in short order. No, 2 archers. I like how they just draw the dagger. That's just such a worthless weapon in this particular situation. You would never want to use a dagger against sword and shield. Well, I don't know what they have. Maybe an axe and shield, whatever it is. It would go horribly, horribly wrong for you. A squad of Crusaders was caught in a sudden storm from the west. It lasted only a few minutes, but the unnatural lightning made of electricity, flames, acid, and ice left soldiers dead. These of which the forces of nature brutally claimed the lives of the comrades and demoralized the Crusaders. Well, that sucks. Alright, well we successfully did that. And we're going to now use our actual team. We're going to go into the cemetery, do the first fight, and then call it a video there, I think. Let's do this thing. It should be a pretty easy fight. An elderly man limps towards a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting, it burned like everything else in the house. There is nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." A young man throws a handful of soil into an open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. I like how there's like an actual throw sound, like a whoo sound. Soziel throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this..." He breaks into sobs mid-sentence, then falls silent without finishing his declaration. "Thank you for everything you've done for us." Soziel is too absorbed in his grief to hear you, but the other mourners nod in approval, wiping their teary eyes. You've performed a good action. They're good people. I cannot believe they're gone. What's that? An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. It's a zombie. Run. Speaking of zombies, Back 4 Blood, they're not technically zombies, I guess, but they're zombies. Pretty fun game, though. Highly recommend if you like shooting things.
Get another obstacle.
Okie dokie. So, it's spell time. We're going to do some haste. We're going to do some... not bless, because you don't have bless. You have bless. Perfect. You got shooting to do. You are gonna song up. What do I want to do with you? I guess just go kill things, I suppose. Sure, go fight things. That's fine. And then we're also gonna do a... you're doing Bless. What do you got? Molten Orb. That's a terrible, terrible choice of a spell to cast on our group. Let's make her big. Seela, go fight. What are you doing? Our group is gonna die while you stand around doing nothing. This isn't going as well as the other groups, which just rolled through the zombies in like 3 seconds.
I can still fight.
Keep healing. I think Darren's a better healer by far.
Dedicate my body to science.
This is fine. We're gonna win. Because our main character can just dish out the pain. We'll get some good buffs going for the next fight, but this one's almost done, so. At least Seela can tank fairly well. We don't have any pets in this group. Maybe that's why. Pets are so good. With a heavy heart, Soziel looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Soziel hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, this stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate the graves. They will pay for everything they have done when we find them. You're right, they can't be far. We can't allow them to torture anyone else this way. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. We must find them. And that's the end of the fight. And also going to be the end of our video. We're going to use some of our great healing powers to heal up our group. And we're going to get some buffs out because buffs are important.
The goddess protects us.
For not taking monstrous amounts of damage. Like, we could have used some mirror images and some blurs, you know, all that kind of jazz.
I like you.
What am I doing? Why am I... Okay, heal that person. You don't have any... Oh, you have some lesser healing spells? Sure,
I
why
will
not?
lend you my aid.
You have spontaneous casting, so let's do that on you. Let's do a little bit of healing and then we'll call the video there.
I stand ready.
Oh man, that was not as much healing as I had hoped.
In
Okay,
yourself.
do that.
I will help.
I mean, her healing is bad, but she also wears armor and is a bard, so I'm not expecting miracles out of her. I really don't want to bring him along as a cleric, to be honest. He's not good. He's okay at best. Guess I could respec him, though. Anyways, we will call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care, and have a wonderful evening.